All right, so I am going to take a few minutes to show you around our Canvas course so you have a clear understanding of how things work. So let's go ahead and jump in. And I am in the student view. So this is how things would look for you. You can see here I have the to-do list enabled, and so you can see the assignments that are coming up and that are going to be due this week. There's also a view course calendar, and so you can go into here and see that Counseling 80 is indicated in green and shows when things are due. And so if you have your courses indicated by color, they would show up on your calendar by the color that you have assigned them on your dashboard. Okay. The other thing that is on that page is the notifications. And so you can go into your own profile, your own account, and set up how you want to receive notifications. Do you want to receive them every time something is done? Do you want to receive them once a day? How do you want to do that? And I have a page within the first module to show you how that works. Okay. All right, so the home page will change every week. And so I'll take down this video. I might post another video later on in the semester. But every week I will change the to-do list so you know exactly what needs to be done and by when. Okay, so that will help you to stay on track. And then you can go into the modules, and that is the main part of our course. Okay, so I'm actually going to jump over to I'm going to leave the student view so that you can see what the modules actually look like. So each week is broken down. So we start off with support for online learning. And the Q&A forum is where you could post a question and that question would go out to the entire class and could be answered by a classmate or by myself as the instructor. If you want to send me a message, then you want to use your inbox over here on the left-hand side, and that would send me a direct message and your classmates would not see that. So if it's confidential or you just have a question for me, you want to use that inbox. If it's for anybody, then go ahead and post it to the Q&A forum. So you can go through the support for online learning. The getting started module, the first thing first is where I have information on how to set up your notifications, information on the class format as well as the syllabus is here. One thing that is very important is this Google Doc assignment. So please, please, please spend time reading that and watching the short video. We use a lot of Google Docs in this class, and it will explain how Google Docs and Canvas don't play well together. And so please spend time looking at that. The assignments in Canvas section talks about how to submit assignments, how to upload assignments, all that stuff. So you may not need that anymore since every class is online, but prior to being all in the remote format, it was something that students needed. If you are using a Mac, please read that page as well so you know what is and not accepted from a Mac. So our first week is our introductions, the California Higher Ed system, and articulation. Then we will go into the CSU, the UC, California Independence, and out-of-state universities. We'll talk about the application process and financing your education, so financial aid as well as scholarships. And then we will end with transfer transitions, what you need to know as you move on to a university and how things will be a little bit different, and your final. So let me just jump into week 2 to show you how things are done. I use a lot of videos in this class because the information is, really so detailed that it's hard to kind of type all that out. So what I tend to do is, try to keep the videos at less than 10 minutes so that they're not extremely long. I think the majority of them are around 5 minutes or so. And so you can see that I've just broken up each one by topic here, okay? And so you can watch each of those, get a better understanding of the process and how everything works. And then I do have a couple pages that, you know, are just word-based, kind of written out for you. But let's talk about some of the assignments. For the class discussion assignments, your initial reply is due by Wednesday, okay? And that's for 6 points. If you don't turn it in by Wednesday, you'll lose a few points, but you can still post it as long as you get it in by Sunday. The reason why I have an earlier deadline is because if the majority of the class doesn't post until Sunday, nobody's going to respond back to you. And the same, you know, kind of 5 people get all the responses. And so a few semesters ago, and I've been teaching online going on 9 years here, so I'm not new to the online environment, but a couple years ago I decided to try it this way, and it's made a world of a difference. So you post by Wednesday for your initial response, and then you reply to 2 classmates by Sunday. Canvas shows a Sunday deadline because I can only put in 1 deadline, okay? But my grading system is like this. You get 6 points for turning it in on Wednesday, and then 2 points each for your replies. You know what, I will go ahead and create rubrics so that you can see that in the rubric and you'll be able to see what the grading system is like, okay? So that's how class discussions are set up. And then the four-year universities, since we've gone all virtual, their virtual tours now are amazing. So it used to be more, you know, trying to find them on YouTube or using some technology that some campuses had, but now everybody's virtual, and so there's all kinds of information available out there. So I will be updating this page, but you will do virtual tours for each of the systems. So for the CSU, the UC, the California Independence, and the out-of-states. So that, you know, is kind of how those ones are set up, okay? So there's a lot of information packed into this class. You know, as I said in the other video, transfer can be confusing. So I'm glad that you're here, and I know that you're going to get a lot out of the class. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out.